When I was 16, I was living in Mexico and I heard about this tattoo artist that everybody was getting tattoos with who wasn't asking for IDs. For me, it's a very good experience, very relaxing actually, especially because the studio that I go to is very comfortable, very family-oriented. And just coming to that studio, there's, a bunch of people who are always smiling. They're very dog-friendly, so there's usually a dog in the waiting room, which is great because I love dogs. And as I said, Nika just remembers people that she worked with, so that's a very relaxing experience when you have somebody that knows you, even as little, but still, it's not just, a store kind of service that you come and get and then leave. It stays with you. And I actually really appreciate and respect the fact that she doesn't do other people's designs because, and this is her quote, how would you feel walking down the street and seeing your tattoo on somebody else? Finding somebody who you kind of vibe with is a really important thing, especially if, as me, you don't know how to draw and you need somebody to do the design for you. So it's really important to find somebody who is into the same stuff as you are and kind of your tastes are similar. I think it's really important to go into deeper research of artists, like looking into tattoo magazines, looking into tattoo conventions around the world, where they did their apprenticeship, who they studied from, instead of just finding pictures on Facebook and saying, this looks good, I'm gonna do that, which I did with my first tattoo, and I learned from that experience that that tattoo needs to be fixed now because, there's discoloration, and the guy I went to work with didn't know very well what he was doing. I don't really like explaining my tattoos to people because there's always some kind of more complicated, deeper explanation that just brings more stuff to the surface that you cannot say in 2 minutes. Coming from Croatia, which is kind of a conservative community, the tattoo culture is not so widespread. I am worried a bit about the reactions I might get. I guess it's a good screening mechanism. And if somebody is judging me for my tattoos and thinking that I'm a thug or what, not for having tattoos, and I don't necessarily want to hang out with that person. Because I talk to people who are afraid of getting a tattoo. I see it kind of as more of an excuse because, they said, like, okay, I want to be a lawyer, so I don't want to get a tattoo because it will mess up with my practice. There's always ways to go around it, you don't have to get it on your wrist. You can get it on the back of your shoulder and then people won't see it if you work as a lawyer or as a doctor. And of course, that's a problem that people will still judge you for those things, and it's not something that we can so easily get rid of. It doesn't take me much to decide to get a tattoo, especially because I'm that kind of a person. If I see a nice flash, I won't say no to it. A nice flash, it's not too expensive, even if it doesn't necessarily mean anything to me. For me, it's pretty for some reason, and the fact that it's beautiful to me means something else. It doesn't have to be my own design or my own idea for me to put it on my body. That's just my opinion.